48 hours has elapsed and we have very severe contamination of the 30-gallon barrels in the garage. This is the results. Green is very bad. This is full of the E. coli and other E. coli families. We would not want to drink this. Now in this picture is the water before the testing. As you can see visually, and there's no odor to it, you would think it would be okay to drink. But in fact, it's full of bad bacteria. We used to verify complete water tests to do the testing. And now we're going to do some testing of our own. We're going to run it through basically 4 categories of purification to see what category, if not all, will bring the water back to a drinkable condition. The first category will be a filter process. A life straw quart container will be filled with the contaminated water. We will run it through the filter and see how much of the bacteria has been eliminated, and after that, fill the bacteria test container with that water. Now, to keep everything constant, all the categories will be based on a quart volume of water from the contaminated source. The next source, or the next category for testing, will be the potable agua water purification tablets. This claims using the appropriate tablets, it will be purified in 35 minutes. Well, we shall see. The next one will be no odor bleach. We will use the appropriate drops for a quart container and then pour it into the bacteria container, waiting 48 hours, storing in a dark, cool place. The next will be a common source of cleansing water, which is boiling it. Boiling a quart of water for the appropriate amount of time. And then putting that water into the bacteria container. So we're going to go ahead and do that and come back and let you know our findings. Okay, we're back. The time has elapsed for the potable agua tablets. We had to wait 35 minutes, and we also had to wait 30 minutes for the bleach to complete its purification process. So we transported our original container into an easy pour measuring cup. And I have mixed all this together so we get a good mixture of the product, using separate spoons for each. Probably don't need to mix the boiled, but I will. Again, 4 tests. Number 1, the life straw should eliminate 99% of the bacteria. Number 2, we used 4 tablespoons of bleach per 1 quart of water, and we waited 30 minutes. Number 3, potable agua tablets, 2 per quart, and we waited 35 minutes for it to do its thing. And 4th is the boiling for 1 minute at sea level. Now, if you were at altitude, you'd probably want to do it for longer. So I'm going to start with test number 1 with the life straw. I'm going to transfer and pour the water from the life straw into the pre-prepared bacteria bottle. So with all testing experiments, something you didn't predict may go wrong. We went to use the life straw, but of course it will not pour by itself. You have to suck the water out. And maybe after the test I would be willing to do that, but for this test we cannot use the testing container to do what we wanted to do. So we're down to 3 tests. Number 2 is the bleach. I'm going to go ahead and we've mixed it up already, pour it into the testing container, which we're going to leave for 48 hours in a dark, cool place. This is the bleach. We're going to put that on there. Third, potable agua tablets. We put 2 per quart. Going to go ahead and pour that into the bacteria testing container. And last but not least, the boiling water that has cooled. We boiled for 1 minute. I put all 3 categories in a dark, cool area for 48 hours. And once we have the results, we're going to share with you. Thank you, and we'll see you in the next video. Okay, here we are back 48 hours later. We had these test samples stored for 48 hours after we put the water from the 30-gallon barrel into the testing tubes, containers. We actually ran 4 tests in the beginning, but number 1 test didn't quite pan out. It was a test where we were going to run the water from a water filter and put it in a tube along with the other 4 tests. But we found that the water wouldn't come out of the water filter on its own. I would have had to drink it, suck it out of the bottle to get it into the tube, and I did not want to do that. So we're starting with the number 2 test. The number 2 test was we put 4 tablespoons of bleach unscented into a quart bottle, waited 30 minutes before we put it into the test container, and then we stored it in a dark, cool area for 48 hours. Now, if the water did purify, it would have a light color to the water, and that would mean it would be potable, ready to drink. If it did not clear the bacteria out, it would be a dark color. And as you can see, the bleach tests failed. This is a very dark color. This is the same color we had. Well, I shouldn't say we didn't know the color until we put it into the bacteria testing jar. And it came out dark. That means it still has bacteria even after we added the bleach and waited the appropriate amount of time. So the bleaching test number 2 did not clear the water of the bacteria. It failed. Going on to test number 3, which is we used the potable agua tablets, 2 per quart of water. Again, this is all based on a quart of water. All 3 tests used a quart, so it would be on the same amount of water for each test. We waited 35 minutes, and then we put it into the waiting period of 48 hours, cool, dark place. And as you can see, the potable tablets did a great job. Fantastic. This is ready to drink. So the potable aqua tablets worked excellently. Next test we did, test number 4, was boiling for 1 minute at sea level, and then letting it cool, of course, put it into the test container, and as you can see, this is the clear water. This worked. This is ready to drink, potable water, by boiling it for 1 minute. So the boiling potable tablets worked, but unfortunately, the bleach did not. So those are our results. I hope this is helpful. It was very helpful to me. If I come to a situation where I need to cleanse the water, I'm going to use the potable agua tablets as my first choice. You may not have a way to boil any water if all the gas is out, unless you have some propane, but I would recommend having plenty of potable agua tablets on hand. So it's really up to you to be prepared for any kind of disaster, to have the appropriate water and other emergency materials available to survive for at least 2 to 3 weeks for your family. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like and subscribe. And remember, a good plan today is better than a great plan tomorrow. God bless, and we'll see you on the next video.